This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
This episode is sponsored by...
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Like easier than pronouncing Worcestershire? Nope, Worcester. Worcestershire. Yeah, there's no way anyone gets that on the first try. F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 149 of Beers in the Lot. We've got a special one for you here, but before we get to the episode, I have to remind you about the Old Fat Bald Guys Summer Ice Hockey Tournament and Charity Auction to benefit Platoon 22. We talk about OFBG all the time, and Platoon 22 is a veterans transitional services organization helping vets transition from military to civilian life. OFBG has been involved with Platoon 22 the last few years, raising money through our summer ice hockey tournament. And even if you can't make it out for the auction, you can donate directly to Platoon 22. Just visit beersinthelot.com/OFBG. That will take you to all of the information about this year's Old Fat Bald Guys Summer Ice Hockey Tournament and Charity Auction. Like I said, we've got a special episode this week. We were joined by head brewer at Old Mother Brewing Company in downtown Frederick, Maryland, Sean Curley. We met up with Sean in the tap room at Old Mother Brewing, enjoyed a couple Old Mother brews, and talked about Sean's hockey past growing up locally in the Frederick area. Shout out Linganore Hockey Mafia. And Sean talked about his path to becoming head brewer at Old Mother Brewing. All right, it's time to crack those beers.
That was a good one.
Yeah. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
No pours today. All cans. 5 cracks.
So what do you guys think?
You were spot on with this.
Yeah, this
this
is
recommendation.
This is awesome.
Well, no, mine's awesome.
So we'll go around with the gentleman who gave us this beer. So I have the West Coast IPA, so explain very quickly. Just 2 seconds.
So that is a collaboration with the Flying Barrel, the homebrew shop down the street. We just kind of wanted to do a really nice, crisp, clean West Coast IPA.
Stellar. Eric, what do you have?
I have the Callisto Double Oat Stout, which is currently the best beer in Maryland.
Oh.
Officially from the 2022 craft brewing competition.
There are pictures with the trophy.
Yes.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Aaron?
I have the Pilsner.
So we're doing a rotational Pilsner series. That is our spring release. It's a French Pilsner with some New Zealand hops, some American hops. Light,
It's
crisp, and clean.
delicious.
So I have the Burger Beer Hazy IPA.
That was our collaboration with Brian Voltaggio down the street, Thatcher and Rye.
Nice.
And then I'm drinking One Crazy Summer, which is our Pineapple Pale Ale. Perfect summer beer.
That's the Crusher, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was
that's
my
a
second
crusher.
choice.
Yeah.
I'm already almost done.
Yeah.
I'm already halfway.
Go to Pound Town on that one.
So you should probably explain who was explaining all the beers to us.
So we're sitting with Sean Curley.
Correct.
Hey, guys.
The head brewer at Old Mother Brewing Company.
There you go.
Hey, cheers.
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 So, Sean, you're the head brewer at Old Mother and great Frederick, Maryland, great beer scene in general. Tell us kind of your path to being a head brewer.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the most traditional path. I think I'm kind of lucky in that way. So I actually I went to college for architecture, ended up not really liking it as much as I thought I would have. I stayed an extra year to do a master's program in construction management. Immediately after that, got a job doing construction management with a company that specialized in pharmaceutical clean rooms, which is really cool. I learned a lot. I actually traveled all over the world, which was also cool. But after doing it for almost 10 years, I realized I just didn't have enough of that like work-life balance. I was on a flight for, it was like twice a week, every week for almost 3 years.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, that must be great!" Like, I'm like, "Dude,
No.
live in a hotel for 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
it gets a little rough."
sounds
I think a lot of people watch that what's that George Clooney movie where he goes around with Anna Kendrick and just fires people, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so cool." I'm like, "No, that sounds depressing."
Yeah,
Like, and somebody who like drives a lot and is in hotels consistently, like, it's cool, kind of the first of the year because you're
Exactly.
kind of out of that. But then you like now, I'm like, I don't want to be in a hotel. all the
Yeah.
time, but like,
Yeah.
Home.
Tired of hotel food. I'm tired of packing and laundry and checking into flights. Like it got old.
yeah,
So I kind of planned it out. I waited till I had all my student loans paid off, and then I got real fed up with one of my bosses. He actually got mad at me because I didn't respond to an email within 1 hour on
Oh my God.
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday. And I was like, I think I was either out hiking, so I didn't have service,
Right.
or I was playing hockey. I was like, dude, like, I'm not taking phone calls in the middle of a hockey game on a Saturday. Like, I gotta score some for the boys here.
and it's and as somebody who's seen some guys take their phone on the bench, like if you're expecting a child,
That's
fair,
the only.
Yeah.
That's an
fair,
excuse.
or we do play with some police officers, so
We
they
do,
do have
yeah.
to have their phones sometimes.
Yeah.
Like those are the only two acceptable
And that makes sense.
in my eyes. I'm sure there's others out there, like people can go, oh, so I'm like, all right, deal. But like those are two I know of, very close.
Yeah.
Because I know some guys that have had some young childrens, you know. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it was a big argument come that following Monday, and my boss said, I don't think this is gonna work out, and I said, you're right, it's not. and he kind of like stepped back, like he was kind of appalled. Like I was like, what do you want me to say? Like I'm gonna have fun on the weekends. Like
Yeah.
you got me all week, but
Yeah.
so he goes, well, go back to your desk and clean it out. I said, okay, I'll be gone. I'll be out of your hair in an hour.
Gladly. Yeah.
So that was it.
Like
So-
Peter Gibbons, we're done.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I don't want to work anymore. I'm just not going to show up.
Yeah.
So at that point, I actually had no clue what I was going to do. And then the pandemic hit. So I really didn't know. I was like, I had no idea. I was kind of lost. I actually had gotten to know the owners here in the meantime, just from coming in and drinking beers.
Yeah.
Always thought the beers were good. The place was awesome. So they knew kind of what happened to me, and they said, hey, we got an opening for a bartender. Do you want to bartend? I was like, I don't know. I've never bartended in my life. They said, you swipe credit cards and you pour beer. Like, go for it. So,
I've done it a weekend. It's not that bad.
so
Yeah, but you weren't actually employed. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm still waiting
You do
for
it
my
for
workers'
fun.
comp. I stubbed my toe.
So yeah, long story short, I bartended for a while, and then the cellarman, which is like the technical name for like assistant brewer, the cellarman was leaving, and they said, well, do you want to be the cellarman? I said, sure. Like, I'm not doing anything else. Did that for a year, and then the head brewer left, and they said, do you want to be the head brewer? And I
Nice.
said, yeah, sure. So I'd like to say it's luck, but it's also, it's being in the right place at the right time
Yeah.
and working
Yeah.
hard, that sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And I did have some experience home brewing, which definitely helped. So yeah, now I've been the head brewer here for a year, and it's awesome. I love it.
That
That's
is
awesome.
Sick. Yeah.
Bit of a
Love that.
learning curve with that position, I imagine, correct?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is like once you know the science, you can kind of like you scale it. So like it was pretty hard learning like a 10-barrel brew house just because there's so many valves and pumps and like it's a lot more like the grain. I mean, every day it's like 700 or more pounds of grain that
Wow,
is going
yeah.
into the
Oof.
mash tun.
Yeah.
And everything just has to be exact. Like you can't ruin a 10-barrel batch of beer. And we're small. Like imagine like a 100-barrel system, which is
Right,
like
right.
Flying Dog or Guinness or something.
Right.
But yeah, once you know the science though, like it's kind of the same. You just have like then the fun part happens. So you get the science down, which is like my background, like engineering, and like I'm kind of more pragmatic and logical. Then you can start to have fun with like the art side of it.
Yeah.
So I say to everyone, like, you can make a beer if you follow the science. It'll be okay. Like it'll be drinkable.
Right.
But then you start adding in all the layers of like
Yeah,
creativeness, and like,
yeah.
then it's a really good beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I like how you touch on that. It is so it's a lot more like baking where you have to be precise on your measurements, precise on your timing, etc. It's not like cooking where there's a lot more, leeway.
Right.
But in terms of where you're bringing the other side of it, which like to be 100% honest for anything in life, whether it's pro sports, business, whatever, you need to have a little bit of an imagination, a little bit of creativity, an artistic side.
That's exactly it. I kind of use an analogy. I say, like, if you know how to bake chicken, like it's not that hard, throw some chicken breast in the oven, 375, 15, 20 minutes, flip it once,
Well, depending on the poundage too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I was trying to make it easy.
I've done quite a few chickens.
No. So John is now a professional like grill master barbecuer because he got a
has a
Traeger.
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
That's not real grilling. That's not real grilling.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
This is an affront.
I'm about to call you not a real brewer.
Oh, no.
Let's stop.
Okay, well,
Let's
hold on.
stop.
Okay, let me
Dude, I don't know about that.
let me
There-
finish.
There's a gold medal on this can. I don't.
Yeah.
I think he's
Let me
a real
finish the
brewer.
analogy, and maybe you'll take me back.
All right.
All right. So yeah, like bake a chicken, whatever, salt, pepper, whatever. I'm sure it'll be good. You can eat it, but then you start to learn, like, while it's baking, you can start mixing up like a chimichurri sauce or a mango
Yeah.
habanero, and like it just elevates it so
Yeah.
much more.
Barbecue Dr. Pepper sauce, stuff
Oh.
like that. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you're a real griller. God.
Thank you. I made a peri peri sauce last week too, so
Well,
you want some? I'll share.
I like cooking too, so I'm gonna give you some shit.
All right, good. No, I'm fine. Let's go. So in my household, I do a majority of the cooking because I enjoy it. I told Riggs I put on like some R&B, Frank
Yeah.
Ocean or something, and just rock out. I love it. It's just
Yeah,
man.
relaxing, man. Especially the
Exactly.
grill because I can sit out by the pool while it's like finishing, flip it, and then wait till it's done. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Have 3 more beers while you're waiting for the other side to cook.
27 more
Yeah,
beers.
exactly.
Well,
I
the
know.
grill just
Yeah.
feeds chips in. And
That's
you don't
right,
have
yeah.
anything, or
Yeah.
pellets, sorry.
Well, no, I will say like the one thing, like it. So having it, like, yes, does it make things easy? Absolutely, but it's still a grill. It has
Yeah.
hot spots, and they're like certain things are a little temperamental because saying this, like, kind of where you're talking about the science. So every time you open it, it takes time to reheat, and
Yep.
also it cooks on averages. So sometimes it does spike, sometimes it goes low, just the way it is. Like you have to kind of be aware of that. So yeah, it's not just
Not as
set
easy.
it and forget it. It's not an air fryer.
Yeah.
Doing real things here.
Well, I can't really call you professional yet because I've never tasted any of your
I've
meat.
invited you guys
True story.
over.
Just
I've invited
saying.
you guys 100 times.
Just saying. Never actually had anything.
And all I hear is, oh, well, we got to plan it because I have kids. I have kids. I have a dog. Like, I mean,
yeah,
Oh,
definitely the
come
same
on.
thing.
Yeah.
Definitely
Totally
the
the
same
same.
thing.
I live
I'll
next
come
to
over.
a deal.
I'll try it.
We got a tester over here.
You
okay.
bring the beer, I got the meat.
See?
Perfect. But anyway, let's get away from the cooking and the brewing. So, like, tell us a little bit about your hockey background. I know it, but like, educate the rest of us.
Yeah, so like I started playing roller hockey because my parents. So I'm one of 3 brothers. Parents couldn't really afford ice hockey for 3 kids at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
It ain't cheap.
yeah, we started playing roller hockey, and I mean we loved it. Like hockey is our sport. Like we don't really watch any other sports. Like we just love hockey. So grew up playing roller hockey, and then my brothers transitioned to ice hockey in high school. I kind of stopped playing because I joined a band.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta kind of focus my like leisure time elsewhere.
Yeah, only so many hours in a day.
Yeah. So yeah, they played ice hockey. I played in the band, and so they kept playing ice hockey. They played in college. They like never stopped. I've kind of just been like off and on with roller, but every time I come back to hockey, like I forget how much I love it. So yeah, when I was in college, I didn't have much time to play. I moved to California. Not much roller hockey out in California. It's super hot and wildfires. Like just it's wild out there. But
As we record, Canada is burning.
that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
I know you guys.
Yeah,
very
we've been-
applicable.
We've been dealing with the smoke.
I was in
Yeah,
New Jersey
yeah.
this week. It was nuts. Like I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
imagine being in New York. I
Yeah.
was sending them the photos of the Godzilla
Dude,
coming to New York.
my son was away at my aunt's for a couple of days this week, so my wife and I went actually down here to Lazy Fish for dinner. And when we were walking back out, like up the steps in the garage, like it was hard.
Yeah.
To like breathe and walk up those
Yep.
steps. Like
Yeah.
it was-
Absolutely.
and it's not because I'm fat; it's because there was smoke in the air.
Well, I mean, it was bad air quality for what, 2 to 3 days? I mean,
Yeah.
this is the
Oh, it
first
was
day.
terrible.
Like, it's kind of.
You can see blue sky.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
see the
seriously.
mountain.
don't have that
So I
hate,
have
yeah.
like a small, like kind of, going up to Washington County. I see the mountains out of my bedroom, and like today was the first day where I could see there's a few houses up on the ridge there, and I always can see the houses clear as day. Today was the first time I could see them all week, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's back.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, when I moved back from California, I started picking up again, like really, like got really into it. So my brothers are still in the area. I started playing on a team with them, and we just kind of went hard. Started playing. We're in a league right now in Rockville. It's just an indoor roller league, but it's actually really competitive. Like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the history.
especially with roller, like I see like kind of a resurgence in it, because like when I was and I was telling Eric a little bit, like when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, it was a big shift in this area.
Yeah.
Just because it was a little more affordable, B, you could play all year with very minimal, upkeep from a facility or anything like that. And then, not in a bad way, it just kind of, I wouldn't say it died off because it was always around, but it wasn't as prevalent. But I
Right.
feel like especially now with like a little more social media, and then also too like pushes from certain people in social media, like, some of your hockey influencers, if you will, like they're, they promote it, roller especially, and you see it too, like, like Swaggy P from Elevate 802 and other
Yeah.
guys of that
Yeah.
nature. Like they preach it because it is it gets you out of the damn house.
It's a pathway.
It's a pathway.
absolutely.
It's
That's
a-
how I started.
That's how I
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Aaron, you
roller-
started like that, right?
That's how I started
Yeah.
in Arkansas.
Danny and Aaron played in like a roller league. This
In
was, like,
Winchester,
when
yeah.
We were like,
Okay.
I was in my early 20s, and Danny was like, dude, you should come out. You'd have a blast. So I did like a few pickups, and I loved it.
It's
but the one
fun.
thing, it was
Yeah.
funny, like Danny told all his buddies, oh, John can pass the puck really well. And I couldn't pass because it was light, but also the puck moved different. So
Yep.
like in ice, I was like, it doesn't move the same way. And after like 3 or 4 times, it was like getting it down. But then it gets like even funnier because it's 4-on-4. So there's certain, strategy and all that stuff. It's fun though.
No
I
offsides.
love
It's
it.
just
No
like
offsides.
end to
Yeah.
end. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
fun.
It's-
It's
That's
a good
actually
workout.
that's the one I hate. Like I would actually prefer offsides because I mean every Monday night I'm playing, and like so I play defense, and I'm just like sitting back with this cherry picker.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll start talking shit to him because I'm like, come on, dude, like really? Like come on,
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, like
Go play some defense.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like you said, the strategy is a little different in roller. Like it's a different game. Like
Absolutely.
You kind of have to
Much
get
different.
used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing I just thought of that I think kind of helped roller, maybe even bring it back, was Mars Blades.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when they came out
Good
with,
point.
with those. So like I know like I don't have a pair, but my brother does. He loves them. And I know a lot of like hockey players will train on the off season with the Mars Blades, so that kind of
Right.
helped too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they even have that teal or Tiffany blue color for Poppy, Austin Matthews. that's his jam.
Little flair.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Whatever, Poppy. Get out of here, man. No, so kind of, you're still playing roller, you were saying, so like, are there any similarities hockey wise to being kind of a brewmaster, and then also to anything in your hockey kind of career prep you for this? And
I mean, I think the big thing is just like it's a team sport. Like it's like honestly, like it probably is cliche, but it does help. I mean, we're a team here at the brewery. I mean, it's a small team, but
Yeah.
every week we have production meetings, and it's the owners, me, the taproom manager. Like we sit down for an hour every week and we go over everything, and it's absolutely a team effort. So I think just playing team sports in general helps with that. With anything in life, just being able to communicate and even maybe give a little, like just being able to like. I mean, I played on a team right now where the guy doesn't pass. We make fun of him all the time. I mean, I'm sure everyone has one. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But so like, yeah, you get a little frustrated, but then he scores like 8 goals a game, and you're like, well, I guess I can live
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
So
Everybody has their role, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
now that Eric brought that up, sniper, playmaker, goal scorer, puck hog, fourth line grinder, role player, face-off specialist, penalty killer. What do you think your title would be? Translated to
What's
that.
your role?
Yeah, what's your role? What role do you play?
I'd like to say playmaker because I
Ooh.
do like setting up the passes. Like so,
Yeah.
I'm defense. I do kind of like like watching for that outlet, skating it up and like really eyeing out the play. I don't know if I've been that great this season or that. So right now, honestly, I'd say like pure D-man. Like there's some guys in this league that have like the sickest hands. Like I don't know how they're out here. Like go play in somewhere else, man. Like you're so much better than us.
Yeah.
The sickest hands, but I think I have this like weird ability to just watch them and figure out their moves. So I'll just hang back on D. I do my thing. Like you guys,
Shut down.
yeah, you guys score the goals, and then it's 1-on-1 or like 2-on-1 with me. I'm like, I got you, buddy. I got you. So I've had some pretty good strips, some good defensive moves, and everyone's like, whoa, like how do you do that? And then try to make the play.
So I know this because I was a little more connected to your brothers because they played ice, obviously, with my younger brother. So I remember like your family, we'll call it like crest or credo, essentially like you guys were never the greatest skilled players, didn't
True.
always make the fancy stuff,
True.
but you guys brought the lunch pails and the hard hats
There you
every
go.
time you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
were on the ice.
Oh yeah, we're some grinders.
Yeah. Because like
I
it was
love it.
weird because like I remember like the coach, we don't need to name his name, but he would razz my brother because he was like, if younger Walker, if he had your body, referring to me, but his skill set, you'd be an amazing hockey player, but I'm stuck with you. but then like my younger brother would go out and bury people. And I never had that. And the funny thing is like when I was much younger, I wanted that. I was like, I want to bury people.
Yeah.
I can't. I'll just put up points and pass. And I got mad, but it was like funny because I was like mad at that. And I was like, man. And then I remember Neil, like, he was like, how do you pass? Like, it was interesting, like the role reverse.
You could have just been like Kasperitis and just take people's knees out.
I could have operated.
Went low.
I could have operated, like a Radko Gudis and just hit people in the dome too.
Well, so another good thing with playing with your brothers is, I mean, you always have your brothers back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. So, the Hacktoberfest story from a few years ago.
Oh,
So first of all, like fill us in.
I know
on-
about this group.
Yeah,
I know
fill us in about the
Hacktoberfest, yeah.
Hacktoberfest, please.
So it's a roller hockey tournament every year, held at an outdoor rink here in Frederick. I'm not sure if they had it going before this happened or not, but there was a local guy who actually passed away playing hockey, wasn't wearing a
wow.
bucket.
Oh,
So now
wow.
the tournament is kind of like played for him.
Nice. Yeah.
So it's Hacktoberfest every October, and it's usually great. I mean, it's just full day of hockey. I don't know, like 7-8 games, and then playoffs. So I mean, you're spent after. It's brutal, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of guys like the Linganore Mafia comes back there. Like it's great.
So like I'll give very quickly. So like I played Linganore ice hockey with a few others. We graduated or were a little older, and then it was essentially like the Curleys, my younger brother, and a few others that were in the group. And then funny enough, just because we all played hockey, went to Linganore, some of us played Brochachos together. Some of us
Yeah.
played Hurricanes together. Like we kind of
Yeah.
and you guys kind of teased me about this, like when you were like, "Oh, Curly, he went to Linganore." Johnny, like, yeah,
I told you go get some intel.
I know.
Go get some intel.
I don't
get
need
some
to go.
stories.
Trust me, I don't need to go far. Believe me,
Yeah,
like the Linganore hockey mafia, as we refer to ourselves. But yeah,
So my brothers, they're 3 years younger. At
Okay. Yeah.
they're
yeah.
his age. So
Yeah.
like I lived in the same neighborhood as him, grew
Yeah.
up with him. So yeah, we play on the Monday night roller hockey.
That's awesome.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I love it. Yeah.
So Hacktoberfest a couple years ago, we have a little bit of a beef with one guy. We'll call him Big D.
that's fair.
All
Yeah.
right.
I know Big D. He's
I
part
know
of the
who.
Linganore.
I know who it
He's
is.
also
Yeah.
part of the Linganore hockey mafia as well.
The thing is, like, he's a great guy off
Oh, yeah.
off the rink, like really
Yeah.
nice person. On the rink, man, it's brutal. So my one brother, Paul, he doesn't take any shit from anyone, and so Big D was hacking and whacking at him, and it's no checking, like it's
Yeah.
not supposed to be
Yeah, yeah.
rough, nothing, and it just got to be too much. So Paul just, all right, fine, I'll just get you back. Same thing, just whacking back.
Yeah.
Well, Big D didn't like it, and
Weird.
yeah, odd.
Yeah.
So I think Big D gave my brother like a two-handed whack, just like bam.
Oh.
So my brother said, okay, same thing, just like right back at him. Big D ended up taking off his helmet and chucking it at my brother, like hit my brother like right in the face.
Oh my god!
Who
Seriously.
throws a shoe?
Yeah, my brother's wearing a helmet too, but like
Yeah.
you're not expecting a
helmet to
helmet
come
to the
at you.
face.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that point, like everyone kind of starts noticing, and I'm on the bench. I think my other brother Thomas, he's on the bench, and we're just like, oh, like what's happening? They start getting into it. Next thing we know, Big D picks my brother up. I mean, my brother's
He's a big boy.
He is a big.
Big D is a
D
big boy.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burly
Yeah.
boy too.
and
Yeah.
my brother's not small either. Like he's I'm like 5'9", 5'10". My brother's a few inches taller than me. Like he's built. Like he works out at Soldier Fit every day.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, he's one of those. At least it's not CrossFit. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that.
No, you're fine.
No, you're in
good.
good company here.
You're in good
yeah.
company here.
You're in good.
Okay.
They're literally going to come and tell us like how great it is. Actually,
Yeah.
their old coach, he's a physical therapist. He a few years ago when he was playing in a tournament with Eric and I, straight up said
Yeah.
somehow it came on the topic. Like
Yeah.
there was something at the rink in Laurel where we were at that it resembled that. Like I don't know if it was off ice workout. And he goes, "God bless those people." And we're like, "Why?" And he goes, "It's been a boom for my business." He goes, "These 40-somethings going and tear their ACL and they need physical therapy." He was like, "I'm half tempted to open my own place."
Yeah.
Like just to like even try it. It was hilarious.
Seriously. So yeah, Big D picked up my brother and like body slammed him on
Holy
the
shit.
concrete. So at that point,
That's go time.
Yeah. Now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
here we
literally
go.
go time.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a nice, clean, fun tournament. Well, me and my other brother that were on the bench, I mean, we were the first to leave the bench. Like we just jumped over, skated as fast as we could
Third
to
and
him.
fourth man in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And but at the same time, the other bench was clearing. There's there's not too many like spectators, but the ones that are spectating are like other hockey players like waiting for their next game. Some of them, you guys probably know them, not gonna name names. They climbed up over the fence and started coming in.
Oh, nice.
It was literally a brawl.
It's like World War
Nice.
Z. Just it's like
The
was
scene from
wild.
Anchorman.
yeah, it's a scene from Anchorman.
You got stabbed by a trident. Dude, that's how it was. So my other brother, he's a faster skater than me. I'll admit that. So he got there first, and he kind of like goes up on Big D. Like so, Big D's like punching my brother on the ground.
Oh shit.
So my other brother Thomas comes up and he kind of like just starts hitting Big D in the head, like get off of him. Like what are you gonna like? Come on.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there, I'm like, all right, well they got it covered on the ground, but there's people rushing from literally every angle.
Every angle.
It's gonna be like a dog pile. So I turn around and I'm trying to fight people off that are coming at us. So literally like someone's skating up and they're going for the dog pile, and I think I was throwing fists, just trying to get people like away. So
Dude, this is a world star hip hop.
awesome.
exactly what it
please,
is.
if anyone has a video of this,
Please I need to see this. I need to see this.
yeah, I haven't seen or heard of one, but like this, I mean, I'm not making any of this up. This is a story.
Awesome.
So it's kind of become like a legend around, not legend, but a story that's been told around here. So yeah, I think at some point that was just like a dog pile. And we just had to pull everyone off, and Big D's freaking out, and everyone's freaking out, and yeah, end of it. My one brother who didn't do well, Paul, who was in it with Big D at the start, he was allowed to keep playing in the game, but Big D and my other brother who came up and started
Came out,
hitting.
yeah,
They were
yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
he like hit him from behind and stuff. I'm like, hey, he's trying to get this dude off of my brother. Like, you
Right.
do the same thing. Like,
Right.
it was kind of
Yeah.
scary.
Right.
So,
Right.
so yeah, that's the Hacktoberfest story from a couple years ago, and yeah,
You're
That's
doing it this year,
fantastic.
right?
I think it's gonna happen this year. Yeah. So
I'll dust off my rollerblades.
Our
Aaron,
clone-
are you
our
gonna
clone.
dust? Are you gonna dust off your blades?
I just might, honestly. That's right by where Daniel and I
Yeah,
used to
Shiverstad,
live
right?
over there.
Actually, remember
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
used to roller from your place
yeah,
down
we used
there,
to
and we
roll
played a
from
few
the
times.
townhouse down there to skate.
Yeah,
That was
Briggs, I know you ain't.
I'm not going to.
You're not.
oh man, come
we
on.
probably know a bunch
No.
of the guys that that started that up because there used to be a pickup game
Yeah.
that would happen there like almost every like Tuesday or Thursday. I
Every
think
Thursday.
Also, I think
Yeah.
there's people from Martinsburg out there now too, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But they try to get us out to their rink, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, Martinsburg.
It's a bit of a drive.
Yeah. But yeah, you
Is, the
should,
Martin,
yeah,
is
you
that
guys
the
should come
Martinsburg
out.
one with the wood and the?
They changed it all.
Oh,
The caps came in.
upgraded
And,
it.
yeah,
Nice.
upgraded
They did
all
the
that.
same thing in
nice.
Germantown
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a nice rink now.
Yeah, it was not.
No, it was,
last time I was there.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that was rough.
I know Pittsburgh too. Like they
That's
have
where I
like
started.
They have like a resurgence in like deck hockey, and you see ball hockey too. Like
Right? Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
National Ball Hockey Association, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. So
Ball
Yeah.
hockey's
Just
a good way to
different-
get in for next to nothing.
well, and too, like we were saying, it's just another path, another avenue.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Another
that's
way
right.
to get into the sport.
So-
yeah.
That's right.
I think the Rockville complex that we play roller at, they have a deck hockey league, and it's might even be
Sick.
more popular than the roller hockey
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
more,
it's a
more
hair easier.
accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
You don't.
accessible.
All you really need is the like $2 shin guards and elbow pads and a bucket.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even. I mean, and I've seen like
you also
some
need a stick.
well stick.
There is
But like I've seen like the national ball hockey stuff on like Insta and stuff. They're wearing my Jofa helmets out there. Some of the guys, which is very brave. Like, no thanks.
Don't wear those.
Don't wear those.
They are not protective.
I just got the white one. I'm so jacked. So yeah, I just need a black one. I got all 6.
Well, on the subject of paths into playing and hockey and all that, like Old Mother has a team at the rink, don't they? They have
Yeah.
a team that plays at Skate Frederick, right?
Yeah, we sponsor a team. Some pretty nice sweaters. I don't know if you guys have
I-
seen them there.
I actually saw one
saw the other
this
night.
last week on Wednesday. There was a sub on the team we were playing, the blue team, and they was wearing one of those sick blue jerseys. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
they're good looking sweaters. Yeah,
Yeah, so I know some of the guys on that team. Yeah, great guys. They come in here drinking. They actually, when they were ordering those jerseys, they were like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sure."
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not on the team, but I got one of those jerseys. They're nice. That's awesome. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, I for my roller hockey team, we needed something. We just needed a jersey, and we were like, all right, well, I can just grab the Old Mother logo and throw it on something like nice and fast. So we just have like the clean black and white with that logo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our
Yeah.
team name is actually the Old Mother Puckers.
Nice.
We're always like, go Puckers.
That's great.
like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll put the logo up so that everybody can see like on socials and stuff too. But the logo is sick.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love
Yeah.
that logo.
Yeah, it works. It works well. It's a nice, clean logo. Goes with like the theme, Old Mother.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
staring
yeah.
at some shirts back here. I'm definitely gonna buy one before I leave.
Well, is someone who like wears like a LA Kings retro set, the purple and the yellow? Because I just
yeah.
I have affinity for yellow, but like yeah, I saw the purple.
Well, which one are
over
you
there.
buying?
I don't know, but I may that may be gone tomorrow. I may.
Quick intermission break while we get a word in from our sponsors.
Shouldn't having conversations with your money be easy? Way easier than translating texts and all emojis. Smiley face, siren, apple? Mom is eating a spicy apple? What? F&M Trust is here to help you have better conversations with your money. Our FlexLock line of credit lets you borrow from your home for big purchases. Go bank it easy at fmtrust.bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Oh, why did I teach her to text?
Light the lamp during the hockey playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. And on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/hockey terms.
So like kind of tell us like kind of a little more about Old Mother Brewery in general, like kind of how you guys fit into the Frederick, scene, and then also too like what are your kind of end of the year plans besides sweeping up another award? Tell us.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Get another award.
Yeah, so Old Mother started back in 2015. Nick and Keith, they are the co-owners. And at the time, other than like Brewers Alley and Flying Dog, and I think maybe like technically there was another brewery around technically, but Old Mother was the first real like craft brewery in Frederick.
Yeah.
So the old spot was, I don't know if you guys ever went. It was over by the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Kind of. It was like it used to be like a diner or something, small diner.
A very bad diner.
Yeah.
A lot of people loved it, but it was bad.
I guess
You know what? I've said this before. My grandfather had a good saying, some people have a taste for shit.
Damn.
It's Pat Walker.
Yeah. So they were there for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And then business was good, so they decided to open this location. This used to be actually it was like a Pontiac dealership. So that the dealership was across the street, and this was like the parts room and like sales office or something, or the mechanic shop was actually in the back where all the brew equipment is. I'll take you guys back there, show you around.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
So been here since 2018, and we're actually coming up on our 8-year anniversary in the fall. So end of year plans is actually get ready for our anniversary and Halloween and Oktoberfest. So we're gonna try to put out every anniversary we put out anniversary beers, like just one-offs, like special beers. So we're gonna do some special beers, some things like haven't really done before, some really good hazy IPAs, some fruited sours, things like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of end of year plans, and then like you said, maybe try to win another gold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the plan.
No.
We'll see.
There's no try.
Yeah. It will
Win
happen.
another
Yeah.
big,
That's all I want to
win
hear.
another big trophy
I need,
over there.
I need some
yeah.
confidence out of you. Like,
Oh
come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing I'm really looking forward to. So our Pilsner series, which you're drinking, that's the second in our series. So my thing with that was to try to. So Pilsners they're great beers, but they're kind of lighter, basic. Like you can't really have a ton of fun with them. But because of that, like they have to be clean. Like you can't hide
Very
any.
temperamental.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with Pilsners and lagers is like you are doing something well if you can make a good Pilsner, good clean Pilsner, and keep it consistent. So with this Pilsner series, I'm trying to come out with something new flavor profile every season,
Nice.
but still be a Pilsner. So the first one we did was a Bavarian Pilsner. We used 100% floor malted Bavarian Pilsner imported from Germany.
Wow.
A German yeast. This yeast was actually lost to an old lab, and it was like the best. Like it sounds like Beer Fest.
I was,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Somebody stole
I was
it.
literally
I've seen this before.
I was that it was exactly the second you said it was lost. I'm like, dude, Popo, where's Popo?
Where's Popo?
Like, where's Popo?
I can't believe I haven't like.
It explodes.
I know.
So frustrating.
No, it really was. So we work with a great group of guys down in Virginia, Jasper Yeast. They were able to get a hold of this yeast that was rediscovered recently, and they propagated it. So we use that for that version of the Pilsner, and then just traditional German hops like Hellertau, Mittelfrüh, and then this Pilsner you're drinking is the second iteration. Wanted it to be this nice light floral like spring release, so I used a French Pilsen malt, which is grown in Champagne, France. It's very light and like bready, and like I don't know if because it says like French on it,
Right.
this is why, but it reminds me of like the inner like soft spongy part of the like a baguette,
Oh, right.
as opposed to like a toasted or roasted
You're right.
like biscuit.
Yeah.
So like everything that goes into this Pilsner series is thought out, planned, it's strategic based on what the end result, what we want it to be. So the next one we're doing is going to be an Italian Pilsner.
Nice.
So I'm in the full research mode right now. We're gonna release the Italian Pilsner in probably the end of summer, and that might be the one that we try to get a medal for. I don't know. But yeah.
So you touched on it a little bit. Explain kind of the research process and how you're going about it. I'm sure part of it's like, some dry erase board, chalkboard type stuff, but like kind of give us kind of like an overview. I'm curious to that, and I'm sure others are too.
Yeah, so we we have our core beers that we need to make. So we got Hank and we got Impressionist, then 86 Callisto.
Yep.
So those ones are kind of locked in. We do kind of change them, like tweak them. Like no beer I don't think is ever like perfect. So we're always like, how can we do this? How can we do that? So that kind of starts the research process. Like a couple years ago, we weren't really that happy with the head retention and foaming on our oatmeal stouts. So I literally just did a deep dive into, well, what actually causes foaming and head retention. So I just researched it and just read a lot, and I was like, okay, well, I think I know how to fix this. And I employed a few things I learned, and sure enough, like it fixed it. So for me, the research side of things is really just digging into the science, like understanding the science behind it. And like I've never brewed an Italian Pilsner. So I researched the first, I think the first Pilsner that was called an Italian Pilsner was Topo Pils by a brewery out in Italy. So they did this Pilsner a certain way, and Firestone Walker out in California, they wanted to kind of mimic it or like pay homage to it. So they started doing Pivo Pils, which is a great Pilsner. Well, they brewed that beer so well and so true to style that the guys that made Topo Pils were like, oh, well, we need to now modify our Pilsner.
That's wild.
Based off it. So it was like the influencer influencing the influence or however that works. So it's really like the brewing industry is really cool because like, yeah, we're kind of competitors, but we're also learning from each other so much. Like it's really cool. And if you're friends with a brewer, they're like, hey, you know, I use this technique and it really helped me. Like maybe you guys can use it. So it's a cool industry to be in and get into. So I don't know if that answered the question, but that's kind of how I research. I bounce things off people. I talk to people. I do a lot of reading and like really understanding the science behind it. Like, cause like I said before, the science is really what makes beer.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I like that. Cause it's interesting. It's almost a good sports analogy. It's kind of like, we're doing things really good, but like, you know, compare it to like hockey franchises like Colorado, Vegas, Tampa, you know, those teams are very successful or doing well. So more teams are either trying to mimic or, you know, be those teams light, etc. You know, and then you got other scumbag teams, I'm sure, that are out there, you know, like, and I'm not saying in a bad way, like they're just like, their quality control isn't as high, or they're kind of more,
or they don't have an arena or
a head brewer, you know. Oh, it sounds like we're talking about Arizona, but anyway, I always have to tie it into the Coyotes somehow, some way.
As long as Biz isn't listening.
Yeah, who cares?
I can go on for hours and explain how that guy is just in poor taste. But anyway, I don't need to.
Well, so this kind of reminded me about influencing other people and looking to other playing styles or something. It's kind of the same with music. So I think Ed Sheeran just won, like, it was like a copyright infringement kind of thing. And they were saying like he stole music or like, and he's like, look, like music is music. Like you're using the same, base, like you're using like the alphabet to make words, and like you can't, copyright like a word. So he was kind of saying the same thing. Like you can't copyright the color blue. Like I'm using the same notes that everyone is using. We're bouncing ideas off each other. Like I hear a song and it makes me want, oh, like that gives me an idea. Like what if, so he won. And
didn't he play a bunch of songs in court?
I think so.
With the same notes.
Oh yeah.
He was like showing them how like they were all the same.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like, it's all, you listen to classical music and stuff is, you know, songs that are popular today. You can hear a hook and you're like, oh, that's whatever piece of classical music. And it's like, well, they didn't steal it, did they? They're variating. They're using it as a theme for their own influence to take over or whatever.
Right.
Well, and you always hear too, like, you know, whatever band it is, like I like the Killers. They had like a bunch of Interpol records on when they were making music. So like certain riffs or styles, it's copied from Interpol, which in terms of like, you could call it, you know, popular success. The Killers are way more popular, but like Interpol's great too, and you notice that. But Interpol is not crying or bitching about it. So I don't know.
Right.
I mean, the Monkees were a big influence on the Beatles. So like,
Come on, man. Every fucking time. Like,
it's true.
But no, it's a good analogy though to bring it back. It's like everybody's kind of trying to accomplish the same thing, and in that everybody's trying to make good beer or make beer in general better. And
Because beer makes people happy.
beer makes people happy.
Exactly. I mean, that's
You're a bringer of joy.
Oh, I really appreciate it. So what's funny, during the pandemic, there was a brief period when tap rooms were closed,
yeah.
and we kind of had to figure out what to do. And we did to-go sales, but we actually delivered beer around the county
yes.
for a while. So I was a beer delivery guy here.
Nice.
It was actually one of the best jobs I ever had.
Yeah.
I was driving around, listening to podcasts in my truck, and I just like knock on the door and deliver beer, and sometimes they'd come to the door, sometimes they wouldn't, but sometimes people would answer the door and they go, "Thank you so much, buddy. You're doing God's work."
Did anybody answer like in an astronaut suit from like ET?
A couple. I mean, not like that. No, but yeah, the full on like
hazmat suit.
hazmat suit. Yeah. But no, it was so funny. I was like, "Look, man, I'm literally just delivering beer. Like
Eric told me very early on when all that stuff happened. So funny enough, like you're talking about how the brewery pivoted and whatnot. Our podcast started because we didn't see each other and we were like bitching.
Yeah.
So we did that, but like I remember Eric and I would share like places we went to go get takeout. So like one of the first places in Frederick was a Mexican joint that offered alcohol sales and takeout, but they would send the margaritas in like the Chinese wonton soup containers, like the big
The big 32-ounce foam containers, you know. And they would do is they would take like Saran wrap and put it over the top, and then put the plastic top on top of that. Like, like okay, it has two barriers, so you're definitely not drinking this. Like,
but then near the end, the best is they were giving you just 32-ounce cups with lid, but no straw. And I remember my now wife, her and I went to pick it up, and I was like, "Hey, do you got a straw?" She's like, "You can't drink this, driver." I was like, "Why?" I was like, and I made the joke. I'm like, "Do you see the world we're living in? The world is ending.
no one cares about this."
I'm like, "The world is ending. I don't care." But
was that place a few blocks from here? Because that's a
Cafe Bueno.
Yes.
Cafe Bueno.
That's my
spectacular.
Yeah.
So I would get
those guys are awesome.
So the best is like sometimes I would get like the 3 large jalapeno margaritas, and I'd have 2, and then she's like, "Why do you get a third?" I'm like, "I'm gonna have one tomorrow for breakfast."
Exactly. Who cares?
like
The world is ending.
So I'd make like bacon and eggs, and then I would pound a jalapeno margarita.
That's spectacular.
That sounds real good right now.
That's spectacular.
I turned into a little bit of an animal with some of the drinking and whatnot. Like it'd be Sunday, and I'm like, I'm gonna just make a Bloody Mary tonight.
Why not? I don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
And then we were showering outside in a Ring parking lot. You know,
That was the best. So that was
I'm
the
telling
best.
you.
That
So
was
what happened?
unique.
We started. So like our old fat ball guys, we shut down. It was kind of weird because like we kind of joked like we need this. Like this is our mental sanity.
Yeah.
One reason we went to Johnstown, like I was like, I know it's a risk, but I was like, I have to do this for my mental sanity. It wasn't the fact that we were like, you know, going to play hockey or drinking. It was also kind of like the camaraderie we have. Like, I need to go bust jokes. I need to go back
Hang
at my
with the
friends.
boys.
Yeah, I need to go get made fun of by my friends to make myself feel good. But like, but it was also like when we started, it was pickup, and it was kind of like weird because we kind of were like, you know, we had to dress in the parking lot or at home. And then we showed up, and I remember like after the first week, we all had like lawn chairs, and then like the second week, some guy brought a homemade shower. Actually, Murph, he was on the podcast. But like it was cool because we were like, man, this is like we were all like so grateful to like physically
Get to
have
hang
some-
out.
just to
Yeah.
hang out like that. And it sounds like you kind of where you're talking about the team environment here at the brewery. You're kind of cultivating the same thing,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think kind of what you touched on too. Like you want to be made fun of for some reason, like, but like it's because it's
I crave it.
Yeah, it's a camaraderie. Like you're always just like giving shit to your boys all the time.
That's right.
So, I mean, yeah, kind of another similarity with hockey and back here brewing. I mean, I'm really good friends with the owners here. Like they're great people. So I mean, we're talking shit to each other all day, every day. Like it's hilarious. Like I remember one time I like strained my neck somehow or slept wrong because we're old and you sleep wrong and you
Yeah.
wake
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
like
The second you turn 30.
oh
Sounds
yeah,
about
well,
right.
hey, I turned 30 and I got gout and shingles.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, this is what I have to look forward to. Yeah. No, so like I woke up one day and I had like a strained my neck or something, and I come in here and I'm brewing a beer, and like it's a lot of physical work back here.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I'm just trying to like get through the day, and every time I move, like I can't turn my head, and like my neck's all like messed up. So I was trying to hang up a hose. Like there's like 15-foot long hoses. I got to hang it up on like these hooks on the fermenter that's like 20 feet up. So I'm trying to hang it up, and I'm like all bent over and crooked. And the owner walks back in and he looks at me and just like starts busting out laughing. He's like, "You look like a haggard Quasimodo."
Nice.
What the hell is wrong with you? So like, but then what's funny is like a week later, same thing happened to him. He was like,
came back around.
Yep. So then I was just giving him shit for like,
We should
all
get you guys a bell and just put sanctuary around it.
yeah, just ring it. Yeah.
Anybody who has a strained neck, go up and ring the bell.
Yeah. Try
You get
to.
hey, you guys get a free beer if you could climb that ladder with a straight neck and ring the bell.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we're always messing with each other, giving each other shit. But it's
Love
fun.
it.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
it's like team building, but not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. It's great.
Negative reinforcement.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're a Caps fan, right?
Yep. Huge Caps fan. I actually
Go Caps.
yeah.
Shut up
John.
over
I
there.
know. I'm just
Oh
Shut up
God, I
over there.
forgot.
my family and like
What'd they say?
like
Some
Neil-
people have a taste of shit.
Yeah. Some
Damn.
people, no, because I remember like at the time when kind of we were all, like I said, all younger, kind of around that high school age, like because like I said, my younger brother went to school with your brothers, but you and I were a hair older, but like traveled in the same circles. Like it was just miserable being a sports fan that time for hockey because
yeah.
like
Oh,
they were like bottom of the basement.
dude.
But the pride
both
was
teams.
still there. We're like, yeah, we beat your garbage franchise 3-2 the other night. We're in 29th place. It was like, yeah.
So in my neighborhood, when we were all growing up playing roller hockey, it's like middle school years, right? Early high school years. And one of my best friends, the hockey friends in the neighborhood that we used to skate every day at the tennis courts up by the elementary school by our house, he's a big Pittsburgh fan, right? So getting on the bus after
Here we go.
Pittsburgh and Washington
Spillers.
played,
Here we go.
right?
Yeah.
If
I'm just
Washington
thinking of
won, it
Steelers.
was like the best bus ride to school for me. If Pittsburgh won, then it was like the worst bus ride to school because we're just giving it to each other the whole fucking
So
bus ride.
my favorite part about that is like I remember Eric was telling me years ago, like when we first met. So like Eric and I started playing. I played on that team when I was 18. Like I graduated
Yeah.
high school on like a Thursday.
Yeah,
That following Monday I had a beer league game.
yeah.
It was me and another guy.
And
him
Johnny back then was jacked.
fast
When he came
slippery,
in
yeah.
and got dressed in the room, I was like, "Holy shit, this guy!"
And Eric and I played
is
T
gonna be a
together. That was
pro.
a funny
Like
story.
St. Louis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Little St. Louis. So like
Little
I'll never
St. Louis.
forget Eric and we like texted, emailed, like him and I were like bros very quickly. But like I remember he was like, yeah, I remember going to US Air Arena
Yeah, man.
in Landover, and he was like, and
Yeah.
you could smoke back in.
No, when it was
Or
Capitol
Capitol
Center,
Sorry.
our parents would take us,
Yeah.
and there was like a smoking section
Yeah.
in the seats in the bowl, like
I'd love to go there
Wow.
now and just
That's
pound the
wild.
parts. But
yeah,
I was like, yeah, my dad went to the old Civic Arena in Pittsburgh with the dome. He was like, they only opened it 4 times for
Open the igloo.
smoke,
oh
if you will, during concerts.
yeah,
Weren't allowed during, pens or whatever else they had there.
right,
But during concerts, you could
yeah.
smoke.
They need ventilation.
Dad,
Well, I
my
saw them
father-
open it during the Pens game the one time.
after, I think. I
No,
don't-
some guy was running around kicking people.
Oh, John Claude
Yeah,
Van Damme. Yeah. That was true. That's true. But my
around
dad,
kicking
so they
people.
opened it.
That happened during a real game.
Yeah, they had to open it. Yeah, he did the little like cross
Yeah,
arms thing to his
yeah.
son. I love you. 'Cause he kicked out Tom Barrasso or whatever. Or was it Taglialetti? I don't remember. Anyway, but or maybe it was Reggett at that time. It was Reggett, I think. Anyway, they had to open it 4 times in the 70s and early 80s in Pittsburgh because the
smoke and I'm doing air quotes. You know why?
Oh,
My
come
dad
on, I
went to
mean-
2 of those concerts.
Nice.
I'm actually surprised it's only 4 times in Pittsburgh by the amount of cigarette machines that are still around.
I don't think that's the
Pennsylvania.
smoke he's talking about.
different
Yeah.
smoke.
That
Yeah,
different kind of
well,
smoke.
Yeah,
I heard. Yeah, my dad. Eric's met my dad. You guys know my
Oh,
dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
Broke your
Walker's
jaw.
awesome.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Broke
Apple
Danny's
Walker.
jaw.
He
Actually,
did.
playing
Great.
hockey.
Danny's jaw.
Nice.
Made our logo. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Danny said something about my dad. He did not like. He's like, I'm gonna.
He
Oh,
thought
no,
was
it's
like,
hard
you
too.
shouldn't
You
talk
know what
about
the worst
Pablo
part
Walker's
is?
art.
My dad's still like, we're having a housewarming / wedding party in a little bit. My dad literally said when he was over the house like a week or 2 ago, he goes like, "Is Danny gonna be there?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I still gotta apologize for it." I was like, "You said you apologized like 100 times." He's like, "Yeah, but I still like feel bad about it." And I'm like,
How long ago was that?
12 years?
2007,
Oh, wow.
2008?
Nah,
I think it was
No, it was like
2007.
it was 13 or 14 years
13 or
ago.
14.
Still hasn't
Yeah.
apologized.
Yeah.
Classic.
No, my dad did. Typical Walker. Just doesn't admit fault, you know.
And then I think your brother,
Yeah, Neil.
yeah, he
I
sent,
gave
sent
Neil
a puck to my face
So
and
we,
put a
we
hole
used
in
to
my
play
cheek.
hockey like late at night.
So that's after I
I
started
passed the
wearing
puck
cage.
to Neil, and as I said, like Neil would bury people. He didn't have the hands. He like just like fumbled this puck somehow and made it shoot 6 feet in the air and decked Danny in the
right
cheek.
inside of my face.
Ah,
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, and then I also like.
Oh,
we have a
you-
German buddy,
Yeah,
Mikey.
you tipped one into my
I
chin.
tipped one into his chin.
All my facial injuries dealing with hockey
Walkers.
came from a walker.
The Walkers.
And he got the trifecta, the ones that played hockey: Brian, Neil, and Johnny.
yeah.
There you go.
Needless to say, I wear a cage now. I don't deal with
call.
that
He also
anymore.
lied about his tetanus shot because he didn't want it.
Hey,
I remember going to urgent care with him on the one I tipped accidentally, and he goes like, "Even if they ask you, just say I'm up to date on my tetanus." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "It hurts like a bitch." And then like 2 weeks later, I got like a fishing hook in my leg or something, and I had to get a tetanus shot. And then I was like, "Dude, it hurts so bad. I know exactly."
It does, man. Yo,
It was rough.
speaking of dads and caps, quick story about my dad.
Yeah,
So he a big Caps fan as well. We actually have a ticket from I think like the 1987 or like 88 playoffs. My
nice.
dad went to, so we have it like framed.
Nice.
It was like it's like $7 for like a
Yeah.
Oh my
a-
God,
yeah,
I
man,
wish.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Caps fan all his life, and when the Caps won the Stanley Cup, I think at the time he was 63 maybe, no tattoos, none.
Oh no.
Caps
Full
won the
back
cup.
tattoo.
Caps won the
Oh,
cup.
full back. That'd
He
be
was.
sick.
Oh,
I know.
I'll have to show you guys after this. So when
Sleeves, right?
he was younger, he yeah, full body suit. So when he was younger, he actually had a collapsed lung, and they had to like go in through his like the lat muscle,
Holy
and, like
hell.
insert a tube. So because they cut his lat muscle in half, so he can move it like in a very strange way without moving anything else. So he just holds his arm up, and he can move his lat muscle up and down.
Oh wow.
That's interesting.
So he got a tattoo. I mean, it's a big tattoo. First one.
It is a full
Oh,
back.
it's a full
tattoo.
back.
It's
Yes.
close. It's close.
It's like the scene in Red Dragon. Like, look at me.
yeah. Like you,
It's a
you're,
full
yeah, you
dragon
don't
tattoo.
suspect it, and then it's just like boom. No, so it's a pretty big tattoo of Ovechkin holding the cup from
Wow.
behind, but where the placement of the tattoo is key because the cup is right above where that muscle line is.
Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
he can raise his muscle.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
It's Ovi raising the
cup
cup.
goes
so
It's
sick.
pumping the cup up and down. It's awesome.
That
So I
is
have
awesome.
to. I have to say, whoever he went to get that tattoo, skilled craftsman.
yes.
Because I imagine there's a lot of people out there that would botch the hell out
Right?
of that.
So it's funny, kind of correlates back to hockey. The tattoo artist is Seth Molden. I don't know if you remember. Seth Molden played roller hockey with me and all my brothers back in the
That's
day.
wild.
I think I
That's
remember that
awesome.
name. Yeah.
His
That's
dad
wild.
actually.
Linganore?
I don't think he went to Linganore.
So
I don't
it's not
think
that
like,
cool. Okay.
somewhere in Frederick.
No, I'm kidding.
That's wild.
It's always
But,
it goes back to like hockey brings everybody
It
together.
does.
Yeah.
It's a
small community,
Yeah.
very
man.
small
It
community.
really is. Like,
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll have to show you guys.
Yeah, I want to see that.
afterwards.
That's awesome.
Speaking of that, speaking of kind of the whole Ovi thing, so when you guys won your award for Callisto,
Callisto.
sorry, I heard you had like a trophy, and what'd you do with it?
Yeah, so I always tell people this is probably the closest I'll ever get to winning the Stanley Cup. Only because I know it's a completely different thing, but the trophy is huge. It's like, so it's a full sixtel keg, which is, like probably almost 2 feet in itself.
Yeah.
And then there's a trophy on top of it, like another 2 feet, and it's got some like ribbons and stuff hanging off the side. So yeah, I won it, and I was like, "Oh my god, like this is amazing! It's like winning the Stanley Cup." So we won it in Baltimore, and I actually went around in some bars in Baltimore. I carried around with me, like no one knew who it was, who I was, what. Like, I didn't.
You
care.
could have told them you won the English Premier League,
Yeah.
and they would have been like, "Oh, nice."
Yeah.
Did you party in the fountain?
I was trying to find a fountain. There you go. I was trying hard.
Yeah.
So,
Note to self:
yeah.
it's Baltimore. They don't have fountains.
Yeah, and I wasn't jumping in the harbor.
Depending on the time of year.
No, we wouldn't be talking right now. If
yeah.
you did,
So now I have an idea. Is the tattoo on your dad on one side of his back?
Yeah.
He needs you on the other side with the other trophy.
Dude, your other two brothers would
Yes.
be so mad.
My dad would do a lot for me. I don't know if he'd do that.
If I get a tattoo on my back, will that make you love me?
Yeah. So then I had the brilliant idea. I mean, we were going hard that night. Obviously, I was actually with my buddy Ryan in Baltimore. So yeah, crazy night of partying, and then later that night, I had the brilliant idea to copy Ovechkin's famous picture of him sleeping in bed with the trophy.
yeah.
So that's what I did, and it's like to a T. It is it's perfect. So
That's
of course,
amazing.
That
Yeah.
stupid grin too. He's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
hey, like you're I don't
So
know.
are we allowed to use that for our socials?
Yeah. Can we
Oh,
use that
yeah,
for
if-
socials?
Yeah,
If you're willing to,
send us that.
if you're willing to
Yeah.
let us put them
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
we will.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was like I said, closest I'll get to the cup. It was
I was
awesome.
showing him as a
I
Calder
love
Cup
it.
champion, my award winning as
Yeah,
well. So.
for your
right,
brief
yeah.
30 seconds
Yeah.
while the lady had vacated the table to get her own beer.
I don't.
While
Well,
her back was turned on the trophy.
some would say I stole it. Some would say I won. I mean,
I was
depends who you
there. I
ask.
actually took the photo.
You did.
So I know.
You did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My favorite during that was Eric's like, "Are you really? Yeah, like, yeah."
Well, no, because they just like the American Hockey League staff just left. Like it's on a table. It didn't even have like a tablecloth or anything. It was just on a plastic like
We gotta
fold-up
get-
table.
and just left it in front of
and
you.
they just
we
left
gotta-
it on
Yeah.
the concourse. Like, yeah.
We
gotta
gotta
tell
get
our
Riggs.
buddy-
We gotta get Riggs a picture with the Butterfield Trophy, the
There you go. Yeah.
playoff MVP for the
Yeah.
Calder Cup,
Yeah.
which would be nice.
Yeah.
Then we'll both be champions.
I have a
Yes.
feeling that Phil Pritchard does not have the Calder under his purview. Otherwise, it would not have been left.
Oh, if he
no.
did, I would have got clubbed.
Feels respectable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So are you falling in the final?
I was, but then I actually just got back from the Dominican Republic.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm so out of the loop. Like, there's no hockey down there. I mean, they don't care.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just going crazy down there, running around, and I came back here. I'm like, what's going on? Like, who's it? So I'm still like, I got back.
Like
I think.
Vegas and Florida?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I always tell people I'm like the biggest hockey fan, but I'm like the worst fan because like I mean I love it. I don't watch any other sport. Like I play it, but I don't like if I got other stuff going on. I'm like I
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
I
Understandable.
Can't,
Yeah.
So yeah, I know who's in it, and I want to watch a game, but yeah.
If you have to pick between Vegas and Florida, who do you want to win? This is going to air after
Oh.
the cup
Who do you
is awarded.
want? Who do you
But
want?
Man.
Who would you want to win between the two?
Be smart in your answer.
That's, dude, that is a tough one. I mean, I think I know who's gonna win, but I think I'd probably go for Florida.
Yeah.
That's who I would want.
Yeah.
but
I'm a Florida
Hey,
fan this-
man.
this series
Just gross display.
Yeah.
I am a Phil Kessel fan though too. So
Yeah,
I'm
but they're
kinda
not letting
Yeah,
him
they're not
play.
playing him.
He's going to be on the cup again. I kind of want him to have a third cup.
They're not
Let
letting
Bill
him
stretch his
play.
legs.
You know,
all right.
Give
it's
him
a
more hot
technicality,
dogs.
but fine.
Yeah.
Give him
Let
a
the
cup.
big
I
dog
want him to
eat.
have a cup. Yeah, he needs
Yeah.
to be out there. He really needs a sweater. But whatever.
We have a question that we have to ask every guest.
Oh
Yep.
yes,
We have to ask every
and then we'll
guest.
end on this.
I was
So-
worried about this.
It's
It's
not that bad.
Okay.
It's late at night. It's late at night. Maybe you've had a few beers. Maybe you're working here late or something. You had a few few pops before you left,
Yeah.
and you're starving, and you go to Sheetz or Wawa or Royal Farms,
Or
even though
Rudders.
we don't condone
Yeah.
all those places.
We're
except
very
for
pro
Sheetz.
Sheetz.
We're
Yeah.
pro Sheetz.
Unless you're in the South and you go to Buc-ee's, different ballgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
We are
you're
not
in,
sponsored yet.
We're not.
But
What
we are very
you go to
pro
Sheetz.
what is your go-to MTO at Sheetz?
Well, first of all, Sheetz is the correct answer.
Yes.
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 I can
Okay.
tell you're from Maryland.
Yeah. I didn't even know there were other options. no, that like me and my friends talk about all the time. Yeah. Sheetz run late at night. It's so I get an app sampler
Yes.
because I like variety.
Yes.
I like spicy things. So do the jalapeno poppers
Oh,
usually.
yes.
The Wisconsin cheese bites or
Yep.
something.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Thank
John's
you.
favorite.
Those
yeah.
things are
Oh.
amazing.
I know.
podcast
So
favorite, those cheese
delightful.
bites.
I don't understand.
Salty, cheesy. In.
They're so good.
I know.
And then the third, because I think you can pick three.
Yeah, you
Yep.
get
The,
three.
Yeah.
the third one is I rotate either like mozzarella sticks or like chicken poppers or something.
Yeah.
But if you get the chicken poppers, you got to put Old Bay on it.
Yeah.
And then get the jalapeno ranch dip.
So
Yes.
fried mac and cheese bites, but do the
Oh.
Old Bay on that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
I haven't thought about that. So
Oh.
I think that's the other
Oh,
one I
my.
switch out. The mac and cheese
That's
bites.
delightful.
We have a friend. He's like a child. When we go away to hockey tournaments, he only eats fried food.
It's
like nothing.
it's you.
No.
Oh, you're,
I'd say
oh, wait,
pretzels.
oh, wait, you're
Only
the pretzels.
pretzels.
I like pretzels.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
big like
Pretzels and
salty
pepperoni
dude.
Dude,
rolls.
same.
Yeah.
Salty all
Oh,
day.
I tell so I was just at this wedding and that was why I was in the Dominican, and they're like, oh, do you want cake? Do you want ice cream? Do you want sweets? Whatever.
No.
I tell everyone I would rather lick a brick of salt than eat a
No, I'm
cake.
the same way. I'm the same way. I like the salty kind of, like pretzels or whatever. I would much rather have that all day over
Yeah.
some ice cream or
So
like cake.
you mentioned the mozzarella sticks. Have you had the hot mozzarella sticks yet?
No, is
Ooh.
that like the hot Cheetos or something on it?
No, they're spicy mozzarella sticks.
Man, wait, is that there's like a premium sampler too now? Is that like
Oh, I have no idea. I just
You can
get
just
the
get it?
I get the hot mozzarella
He's got the
sticks with like
VIP.
a sandwich.
The VIP
They're
options.
It's so good.
damn? Well,
you put in a Sheetz gold card to get your menu?
yeah, man.
Sheetz premium.
I mean, I do have a lot of points.
Oh yeah.
The last couple of times I've gone to Sheetz to like fill up, and I've been in Jersey, so I just see a lot of Wawas. I don't even go. I just
Oh.
drive
Oh.
by those disgusting
Oh,
facilities.
it's
I don't even
so
know.
bad,
You know
so
what's-
bad.
All right, think about it. This is what's more frightening, and I thought about this as a business idea. If in like Maryland, Western PA, they just had standalone Sheetz where it's a convenience store, similar to like a 7-Eleven type thing, it was just Sheetz, it'd be packed.
Oh yeah.
In the Jersey and Eastern PA, they have Wawas, and I've never seen anybody go in there because it's trash.
It is.
But, but it's like shocking. I'm like, I a few months ago when I was there for the first time, I was like, who goes here? Like, what is going on? And then like 2 seconds later, you see like people, oh, Wawa's the best. I'm like, ew.
They're like, yeah, you can get the gobbler.
I know.
Like, I don't care.
What
Yeah,
is
no.
what are you talking about? What?
Yeah.
Come in and get a hoagie. I'd rather go to Sheetz and get a sub.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will
Thank
go
you.
to a Royal Farms though. I will go to Royal Farms.
Yeah.
I've been to some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
all right.
if you want
Yeah.
some,
Got no
some
problem with
chicken.
them.
Yeah, the chicken, right? Everybody. Yeah,
Everybody
the
talks
chicken.
about the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Chicken.
It's good.
My twin loves the potato wedges and cheese. That's what he's into.
The potato wedges are good.
I had them a few times. They're not
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, I like potatoes.
I
so-
do like food.
You're Irish. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I do. So just the
Nice.
app sampler then, or anything else? Just the app sampler.
Usually just the
Yeah.
app. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
a drink, fountain drink,
Yeah.
anything of this nature?
No, usually at that point I need to hydrate, so
there you
some
go.
body armor.
There you go.
Body armor,
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
a coffee for the next morning.
Yeah.
BioSteel.
There you go.
We're pro BioSteel.
Yeah. Okay.
Podcast
Sorry.
here.
Sorry. This is a paid promotion.
I wish. Yeah.
So I guess as we end it, give everybody an idea where to find you, what socials, anything like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I actually probably shouldn't do this, but I'm not on social media that much.
Good.
Totally fine.
No,
Totally
good.
fine.
I don't like. No, I mean,
Bless
I
you,
have,
sir.
I have an Instagram. It's just Curl Bar. My last name's Curly.
Nice.
All of my buddies call me Curl Bar.
Well, because you're jacked.
I'm not.
You're an ample man. You're an ample man.
I'm not. Just try to. I drink beer and try to stay in shape. So yeah, I don't know. Curl Bar is the Instagram. I'm actually in a band. We play country music around Northern Virginia, sometimes in Maryland. They are called the Feehan Brothers. So we're actually playing the WFRE Party in the Park on
Sick.
4th of July.
nice.
Awesome. Sick.
Can't spell
So-
Frederick without FRE.
There you go.
Don't tell Fred.
So yeah, there's that. Give us a follow on there, and then follow Old Mother. I mean, we post
Absolutely.
beer updates and new releases. We try to come out with a beer like once a week. We got concerts in the back. 50/50 food truck. They opened a kitchen back here, so
Oh, wow.
you guys want some good
Nice.
burgers?
Do you guys do
Yeah.
a trivia night here?
We do every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
but you're gonna
There's-
have to take down Team Curly.
Oh, don't worry about
Sounds
that.
like a challenge.
Do your brothers come?
My brothers, my cousins, my parents.
Easy. We're fine. Yeah, I have no worries.
Dude, actually, dude, with the family thing coming to Old Mother, we actually when Old Mother opened this location, one member of my family, no, it either was if it could have been my parents, my brothers, my grandma actually came in here. One member of the Curly family was here at this location every single day. They were open for the first year.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. We I don't know if it's we just have something wrong with us or we we're just dedicated to the things that we like.
Yes. There you go.
That's
Nice.
great.
That's good stuff.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much, Sean, for spending some time with us and talking to us, and for the beers. I'm gonna buy some on the way out. This is I love this Pilsner.
Nice.
But
That's
yeah.
high praise for this cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually,
I'm-
yes.
I'm
very
not a
picky.
big beer
Aaron's
guy.
actually
I mean,
the-
I'm a
Well,
meat and
you're a-
potatoes beer
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a.
You have your
I'm not
genre of
creative.
beers that you drink. You don't really stray.
I don't stray. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big strayer.
Ah, you know what you like, I guess.
But
Hey,
it's like a
I like
old
this.
reliable Ford truck, you know, just keeps ticking.
If you had said Chevy, I would have.
I was gonna say like you picked the wrong brand.
Oh.
I'm with,
Well, I
I'm
drive a
with Sean
Toyota
here.
because I drive a real
Aaron, you-
reliable vehicle. But yeah,
You could just crudely like edit over that one.
Yeah, I'll re-edit it and just say that it's Chevy.
say
Yes.
Toyota.
No, but thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. I wasn't sure what to expect. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope we can like hang out, drink some beers in the
Oh,
future.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Play some
Absolutely.
hockey.
Play some
Oh
hockey.
yeah, true.
Absolutely.
Oktoberfest. I'm
Absolutely.
recruiting you
Ooh,
guys.
And the Ligonor Hockey Mafia.
Yeah.
That does it for episode 149. Thank you so much for listening. And thanks again to Sean for joining us and to Old Mother Brewing for allowing us to record in their space. That was awesome. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review on your podcast app. And remember to tell your friends, teammates, family members, basically anyone about Beers in the Lot. We release new episodes every Wednesday. So until then, see ya.